Hi guys, I'm doing a video today that's just going to focus on President Trump and his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. I am getting so many messages about this topic. There's a lot of confusion about what the truth is in terms of what President Trump's relationship was with the prolific pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. And there's a lot of deep state entities that are putting out bad information on this, and I know that many of you genuinely want to know the truth about this, so I felt compelled to clarify this for you all. So let me just get into this. All right, I'm going to start with President Trump and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Here are some things that you need to know. Gateway Pundit published on July 7th, 2019. Prosecutors in the 2009 Jeffrey Epstein case said that President Trump was the only, I emphasize, only one who helped them. Okay? So this was in Gateway Pundit, July 7th, 2019. I'm giving you the dates so you can look up this article on your own. President Trump was the only person that worked with the prosecution to help them put Jeffrey Epstein away. That's what the prosecutor said on the record. Nobody else helped the prosecutor with the Jeffrey Epstein case aside from President Trump. And this is the truth. The prosecutor went on the record and said this, and very few in the mainstream media report this or acknowledge this, okay? So there's that. All right, the New York Post posted July 9th, 2019. Trump barred Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago over sexual assault. So President Trump actually banned Jeffrey Epstein from his club. Okay? So all the people out there claiming that President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were good friends, it's bullshit. It's a lie. It's not the truth. Not only were they not good friends, President Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago and then worked with the prosecution to get Jeffrey Epstein put away. Okay, let's go to 2015 CPAC, and you can look up this video on YouTube. It's still available. At CPAC, President Trump was interviewed on stage by Sean Hannity, and Sean asked President Trump a question about Bill Clinton. And President Trump said that he thinks that Bill Clinton is going to have a lot of problems with Jeffrey Epstein and his islands. All right, so this was in 2015. Fast forward to present day, we have President Trump as president. President Trump's first attorney general was Jeffrey Sessions, who was the person that started the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. It was Jeff Sessions, who was appointed by President Trump. So Jeffrey Epstein, who didn't kill himself, by the way, was arrested only because of President Trump. It was President Trump's Attorney General and DOJ that started the investigation on Jeffrey Epstein that led to his arrest. So what you need to understand is that President Trump, yes, did he operate in the same circles as Jeffrey Epstein? Yes, he did. He was in the same circles as Jeffrey Epstein and Hillary Clinton as well. Hillary Clinton was at Donald Trump's wedding with Melania years ago. Was he friends with him? No. Is there any evidence that President Trump has been to the island? No. I've read all the flight logs. His name is not on there. You want to know whose name is on there over 20 times? Bill Clinton. So, what you have the mainstream media, and a lot of these documentaries are coming out about Jeffrey Epstein, whether they're on Netflix or on the E! channel, they've been coming out with them for years since Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, is that they never tell you the truth about President Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. They make it seem like President Trump was good friends with Jeffrey Epstein, who's hanging out on the island. There's no proof of that. The only proof there is that President Trump has been working for years to get this man behind bars. And what they fail to mention is that it was actually Bill Clinton who was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He's been to the island over 20 times. Hillary Clinton's been to the island at least 6 times. They were frequent guests, not only on the island, they were frequent guests at Jeffrey Epstein's ranch in New Mexico. The ranch where he wanted to create a baby breeding farm of a whole race of children with his DNA. So you won't get that truth in the mainstream media. You'll get it here, but you won't get the truth in the mainstream media. But the truth is that President Trump has been working for years to take down Jeffrey Epstein and his elite pedophile ring. And he worked with the prosecution in 2009. So that was years before he was even running for president, before he even announced he was going to run for president. But not only did he work with the prosecution in 2009 to help them put Jeffrey Epstein behind bars, if you follow Q, you know that President Trump has been working with the intelligence community to take down these elite pedophile rings for decades. For decades. And he has been working behind the scenes to take down these elite pedophile rings, but he's also infiltrated them. And that's what people need to understand, is that he's been working with intelligence to expose these people for years. So he knew that the plan was for him to run for president and to take down the global pedophile satanic cabal. He couldn't show these people his hand. So did he go to parties with these people? Yes. Was he at events with these people? Yes. Was he cordial and nice to these people? Yes, because he's not going to reveal himself. He's not going to show his hand. They didn't know that President Trump was working with intelligence to take them down until 2015, or maybe not even until 2016. Because if you go back and you read the emails that WikiLeaks put out, the Democrats actually wanted President Trump to run against Hillary as the Pied Piper candidate. They had no idea that President Trump was working with the Q team to take them down. That's because President Trump kept his cover for years. And I know some of you are going to go on my video and say, oh, but President Trump years ago said that Jeffrey Epstein was a great guy. Okay. Number one, like I just said, President Trump was working undercover with the intelligence community, with the Q team for years to take down people like Jeffrey Epstein. So again, yeah, he did say he's a great guy, but is he going to show his hand? No. But if you look further into that quote, what else did President Trump say? He said he's a great guy, and then he says, oh yeah, I heard he likes women. I hear he likes them really young. Well, if you know President Trump, that's a troll. That's a troll, and that's his way of calling out Epstein. And, I think actions speak louder than words, and look at President Trump's actions. He has been working for years to take this man down, and if Hillary Clinton had become president, that man would still be alive, and he never would have been arrested, and he'd still be on that island abusing, raping, torturing, and murdering children with all of his other elite pedophile satanic trash pals. Okay? So, okay. Not only are there deep state controlled documentaries and news packages that come out trying to link President Trump to Jeffrey Epstein, make it seem like they were best friends, while ignoring the fact that actually it was really Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton that were best friends with Jeffrey Epstein and went to his island dozens of times. There was an Anon account on Twitter that was putting out false information on this and also putting out false information on Pizzagate. Well, Q called out this account, and guess what? This account, Jack Dorsey follows this account. And Q said that this account is not only owned by Twitter, it's operated by Twitter. So what people need to understand is that Jack Dorsey is one of them, all right? He tweeted years ago how he was reading the Satanic verses and eating the good pasta. Jack Dorsey worked with Chrissy Teigen to unverify my account, and then we know that I was kicked off Twitter after my account went over 100,000 followers in 2018. Jack Dorsey allows people to promote pedophilia on Twitter, but people that expose pedophilia get taken down. Jack Dorsey also allows people to actively sex traffic minors on Twitter. And I do believe that there will be a day soon when that is all exposed. And I believe that they're doing it the same way that people were using Backpage to traffic children. And what did Trump's DOJ do with Backpage? They shut it down. Thank you, President Trump. Another massive elite pedophile ring that was taken down because of you and your administration, which never would have been taken down if Hillary Clinton had become president. So beware of the Anon account. Beware of the deep state controlled opposition documentaries on Jeffrey Epstein and his relationship with President Trump. Okay? They weren't friends. And the only reason why Jeffrey Epstein got arrested is because of President Trump. Do the research yourself. It's out there. You can find it. It's not easy to find, but it's there. Okay? So the other thing I want to talk about and address, because I'm getting a lot of messages about this as well, is that, people have been talking about the alleged rape of a 13-year-old by President Trump. Now, this story came out in 2016, and I looked into the story as soon as it came out in 2016. This story was filled with so many factual errors, okay? Or not the story, the lawsuit was filled with so many factual errors. And this rape allegation that this woman came out with, claiming that President Trump raped her at Jeffrey Epstein's sex party when she was 13 years old, it was thrown out not only in one courthouse, but in two different states by two different judges, because there was no proof, okay? Furthermore, this alleged victim said years ago that she had no idea who the person was that raped her, and she had no recollection of what they looked at. And then come 2016, President Trump runs for president, and all of a sudden she has this epiphany that, the guy that raped her, even though she previously said in the past she has no recollection of what he looks like, was President Trump. It was all bullshit. It's all lies, okay? I looked into all of these sexual assault allegations against President Trump. Most of the women that made allegations against him were either friends with and or working for Hillary Clinton or the DNC and her campaign, and or they were paid off. I want you to look into Lisa Bloom. Lisa Bloom is one of the lawyers that was paying off women to come forward with accusations against President Trump. The Hill, December 15th, 2017. Exclusive. Prominent lawyer Lisa Bloom sought to arrange cash for 2 Trump accusers. Okay? Now, let me tell you a little bit more about Lisa Bloom. Lisa Bloom was good family friends with Ronan Farrow. Ronan Farrow is the one that did the investigative pieces exposing Harvey Weinstein. During his investigations, he contacted Lisa to get her legal advice on how to proceed with his story on Harvey Weinstein and all the women coming forward making accusations against him. He confided in Lisa Bloom. Lisa Bloom promised him that she would not repeat anything that he told her. And guess what she did? She ended up working for Harvey Weinstein. Every single thing that Ronan Farrow confided in her about in terms of the story he was working on to expose serial rapist Harvey Weinstein, she ran back and told him everything. She worked as his lawyers, and she stabbed her lifelong friend Ronan Farrow in the back. This is the woman who was representing all the women accusing President Trump of sexual assault. Reconcile. This woman is evil. She's dirty. She does not give two craps about sexual assault victims. She not only worked for Harvey Weinstein, she also worked with him and media to slander his victims. She's a horrible, evil woman, and her agenda is money and politics, all right? So it's important for people to understand all the links here and the connections. The people that have been saying, President Trump is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein, or the people that are aligned with these alleged victims that, claim that President Trump have sexually assaulted them, they're aligned with bad actors. They're aligned with people that are deep state people. They're aligned with people that are tied to Hillary Clinton, or they're directly tied to Hillary Clinton themselves. These allegations against President Trump, every single one I looked into, they were crap. They were filled with holes. They were filled with lies. Some of these women that made accusations against President Trump, their own family members came out and said they're lying. They said these women are lying. They said that my own family member is lying. She's had nothing but wonderful things to say about President Trump for years. So what changed? Money? It's sick what people will do for money. Jessica Leeds. Do you remember Jessica Leeds? She was the woman that came out in 2016. And she claimed that President Trump sexually assaulted her on an airplane and octopused her. She had ties to Hillary Clinton. I looked into her then. And not only does she have ties to Hillary Clinton, she has relatives that were involved in a sex trafficking ring in Palm Springs. I did the criminal background checks on her and her family. So all these people that come out with allegations against President Trump, they're guilty themselves. They're deep state. They're tied to Hillary Clinton. And or they're getting paid off. And that's going to lead me to my final topic for this video, and that's Chris D'Elia. So Chris D'Elia, he is a comedian, a disgusting comedian who isn't funny. And he played basically himself on the second season of You. He played a famous actor / comedian who's a pedophile. Well, Chris D'Elia, 2 months ago, did a podcast talking about Pizzagate. And in that podcast, he said that Pizzagate is not real, it's not true, you shouldn't look into it, and by the way, anyone that thinks that this is true, you're insane, you're crazy, you need to go swimming, you shouldn't be looking into this, and if you think this is real, you're stupid. Well, what just came out this week about Chris D'Elia? A bunch of women came out and they claim that he was preying on them when they were minors and grooming them. And he was using social media to do it through his verified accounts. So the guy that told you 2 months ago, who played a pedophile, not just in You, but in another show, that told you Pizzagate is fake, and if you believe it, you're stupid, he just got exposed for preying on children. Imagine that. And you know what his friends also said about him? They said that he likes to go online and order blood. So the guy that said it's crazy to think that there's a child sex trafficking ring, it's crazy to think that there's a pedophile ring in Hollywood, it's crazy to think that elites in Hollywood are involved in Satanism, according to his friends, likes to order blood off the internet. And then there's a whole slew of disgusting pedophile tweets that he's done over the years, just like so many other disgusting scumbags in Hollywood, like Chrissy Teigen. And you can go and check out his gross comedy on YouTube and see all the times he's made disgusting jokes about pedophilia and child rape. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These people who are pedophile Satanists, they believe that they have to announce who they are. They believe that they have to put truth in plain sight to get power from Moloch, to get power from Baal. That's why they flaunt their symbolism. That's why Q said symbolism is going to be their downfall. They have to announce who they are. And they do it in a way to make you think it's in jest or it's a joke. But it's not. It's not. And the joke is on them now. So I just want to do this video because I was getting so many messages about President Trump and his ties to Epstein, and there's so much bad information out there. There's so much disinformation out there. Be careful who you follow. Vet everything. Research everything on your own. You know, anyone that comes out and claims to be exposing Pizzagate, well, if they support Hillary Clinton or if they're lying about Trump's relationship with Epstein, then they can't be trusted. They're probably controlled by the deep state. So just be very wary of who you follow, and I would encourage you all to do your own research, as I always do. All right, I'm working on a bunch of projects, as I mentioned in my last video. Mike Smith, the director of Out of Shadows, he's going to have some announcements to make. They'll probably be coming out next week and within the next few days. When he has some announcements to make, I'll be posting them on my social media pages. I have been updating my online store. I have gotten some new products online. So, for example, this Q necklace that I'm wearing, I'm selling that on my store. And then I also came up with a new design. It's my Benny Punisher, selling hats and sweatshirts for now. And for those of you that don't know, the Bunny Punisher, the inspiration for the Bunny Punisher design that I created is basically just means pain. The Punisher symbol is a symbol used by Q, and it means pain. And so this hat means pain to the sex traffickers, pain to pedophiles. That's what the inspiration is for me. And then, of course, follow the White Rabbit, which was a hashtag that was used to promote Q in the early days, particularly when Q first started posting in October of 2017. Follow the White Rabbit, pain to pedophiles. So if you like my products, if you want to get a hat, and there's other merchandise on there, you can go to liz-crokin.myshopify.com. If you like my work and you want to support my journalism, you can donate to me at paypal.me/lizcrokin. That's all I've got for now. I'm going to have more content coming out soon. And again, check back here or check my social media pages for announcements on future projects and stuff regarding Out of Shadows. All right, guys, so I hope this cleared some things up for you. Share this with your friends that are confused about President Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And that's all I got for now.